Volkswagen Reward Card and 0% APR on new 2016 Passat models.
This is a story about you, the incredible you. It starts with your DNA, your 23 pairs of chromosomes that make you who you are. 23andMe.com is a genetic service where you can receive personalized reports online about your health, traits, and ancestry. See how your 23 pairs of chromosomes help tell the story of one incredible you. Order your DNA kit today at 23andMe.com.
Life as a spokes boxer is great. People love me for saving them over $500 when they switched to Progressive. So I'm dabbling in new ventures. It was board game night with the Dalai Lama. Great guy. Terrible player. Go paperless, don't stress it. Like the best that you need. It's a balancing act, but...
What? The Atkins goodness of nuts and fruits with less sugar and... Absolutely. Artificial preservatives, flavors, or colors? Absolutely not. When carb cravings hit back with Atkins New Harvest Trail Bars.
Sometimes the dirtiest politics are in your own party. Handing me a copy of this videotape. He said, just take a look at that. It was the kind of story that sucks all the oxygen out of the room.
Race for the White House at a new time, Sunday at 9 on CNN.
Your beach vacation starts at GoCocoBeach.com.
If you want to get the story, find someone. Have a cup of coffee. Ask some questions. Get to know them. Understanding the election starts with understanding the people who will decide it.
You're a small business owner. You've caucused before. You're a Democrat. Explain to me this process, what it's like to go into a room with a bunch of people and declare.
The Wonder List. New season starts Sunday at 10.
Got a major projection to release to our viewers right now. This is very, very big. CNN projects that John Kasich is the winner of the Ohio Republican presidential primary. This is his first win so far in this election cycle. He needed this win, presumably, to stay in the race. Remember, 66 delegates are at stake in Ohio. It's winner take all. It's a very, very big win for John Kasich. He needed it. He said he would drop out if he didn't carry his own state. CNN projects John Kasich is the winner in Ohio. Let's go to Phil Mattingly. He's joining us now from the Kasich headquarters over there. I guess they just saw us make that projection. Phil, they're pretty excited over at Kasich headquarters.
Yeah, no question at all, Wolf. They're actually seeing these on their mobile devices right now, passing it around, word passing. Crowd starts going crazy behind me, and then people actually start rushing up. They weren't ready for this at all. Everybody now rushing to the stage. John Kasich, just a couple of minutes ago, was actually shooting baskets behind a barrier here at Baldwin Wallace College. He will be coming out shortly to celebrate this. And, Wolf, you can't underscore how important this is for the Kasich campaign. They really put all their chips on the table in this race right now. If they were to lose, John Kasich's campaign would have ended. Now, I talked to him shortly before we made this projection. I went back, and he was watching the results with his wife. He said that he believes he will be taking some serious momentum out of this race today and moving it forward. There are a lot of questions within the Republican Party about what his pathway is next. Wolf, his advisors say he will be hitting the road trying to have a national campaign. Most important, as you look at that going forward, if they want to have a national campaign, they have to have money. His team believes today, most importantly than anything else, they will be able to raise major financial help going forward. They think they can pick off some of Rubio's supporters. And Wolf, what you hear behind me right now is the OHIO chant going on. It's something you hear all over the state, something you hear at Ohio State University football games. Now the crowd, once again, getting very excited as they see the projections come in, Wolf.
John Kasich, the winner, the governor of Ohio, carries his own state. Very important win for him. He said he would drop out. If he didn't win, he wins his home state of Ohio. A big win. A big win. They're watching CNN, Jake, as we speak right now. Clearly, they're very, very happy. He has managed to do what he really needed to do.
Yes, they're happy. He has survived and will live to fight another day. His path going forward will be that he hopes to do well in the other winner-take-all states that are coming up, including Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Indiana, California. Also hoping to do well in some of the proportional states like New York, Oregon, and Washington. But he does need money, and he doesn't have what he needs, and he's facing two very formidable opponents. He has now won one state.
That's
one
right.
state.
His home state. And I think that this is as much about Donald Trump as it is about John Kasich for the narrative of tonight's purposes, because this robs Donald Trump of running the board. It robs him of his nomination being an almost sure thing, and it makes it a lot tougher for him to get the magic number of delegates, 1,237, he needs before the convention. So it really means that this is going to be a long haul for Donald Trump, maybe for John Kasich, and maybe for Ted Cruz. And so Donald Trump is going to be able to have a very important victory speech about Florida, but he sure would have had a very different kind of speech had Ohio gone different.
Yeah, the big question now is, will any of the Republican candidates still standing, Trump, Cruz, and Kasich, be able to reach that magic number of delegates, 1,237, before the convention, or will they all take it to the convention where there will be a contested convention? David Chalian, our political director, is in CNN election headquarters. David, how did Governor Kasich win his home state?
Yeah, so first let's take a look at the moderates in Ohio, because a quarter of the Republican electorate, Jake, in the primary today call themselves moderate, and Kasich wins them big. So they definitely contributed to his win here. He wins them 57% to Trump's 34%, Rubio at 4% of the moderates. And take a look at this. Economy voters. This was a Trump bread and butter in many states that we have seen. Here, John Kasich wins the voters who say that the economy and jobs are their top issue. And by the way, that's 39% of voters today. He wins them 50% to Trump's 34%, to Cruz's 11%. And this may be the biggest answer as to how Kasich won. Insider. We got to go to Wolf Blitzer. Sorry, we'll get back to that in a moment.
We certainly will. We got a special interview right now. John Kasich, the governor of Ohio, the winner of the Ohio Republican presidential primaries, joining us on the phone right now. Governor, congratulations on your very important win in your home state of Ohio. I know you're going to be speaking to your supporters soon, but give us your reaction. How excited are you?
Well, we're all very, very happy. Wolf, we've run a positive campaign, and one that shows the record of balancing budgets and cutting taxes, and most important, growing jobs and leaving no one behind. And I'm just so appreciative of the people of Ohio. That's my third straight statewide win, and we've got one more to go. We'll have one more to go this fall when we beat Hillary Clinton here, because I'm in the best position to beat her, and we're going to get a lot of momentum. We have a lot of people now joining us who They were on the sidelines. They want to come now. Both, I heard Jake Tapper saying, well, he doesn't have any money. I mean, tell Jake I'll have all the money we need, okay? And we also are lining up great political support. And look, I look at these people, how happy they are. And you know what it is? What it is it's a real election for somebody that knows how to fix the country, the economy. That's what this is about. And we're fired up. I'm going to Philadelphia tomorrow. I think we'll have a great event in Philadelphia. And we're just all thrilled. My wife and my kids are here, my sister-in-law, the whole family, and many, many volunteers.
All right, let's talk a little bit about your path forward right now. You got all 66 delegates in your home state of Ohio, but walk us through. There's still an enormous number you need to capture the Republican presidential nomination.
Yeah. Well, there's over 1,000 delegates yet to be selected. And we're going to be working all across this country. Like I say, we're in Pennsylvania tomorrow. We'll be heading to the eastern seaboard. I'm going to get in a covered wagon and hope for a big breeze. And we're going to head out to the west. So we're going to go out to Colorado. And we're going to go to Maryland, by the way, down on the eastern shore. We'll be out in California, where I think we'll be very competitive. And so, look, this is the little engine that can. People said we wouldn't be at this place, that we were not going to be able to make it. So for those people who like the underdog, for that person in the March Madness, it can go from the bottom seed all the way up now. There's 3 of us left. It's pretty cool. So we're excited, Wolf.
You think you're going to be able to go all the way to the convention and see what happens at the convention if no one gets that 1237, that magic number needed to capture the nomination?
Oh, yeah, look, I may go to the convention before this is over with more delegates than anybody else. There's 1,000 yet to pick. And look, we've only been paid attention to for about the last 2 or 3 weeks. I've had more attention in the last 3 weeks than I've had in the last 6 months. So people are finally starting to hear the message of success in Washington, balancing the budget, job growth in Ohio, turning it around, job growth. And, Wolf, at the same time all that has happened, we've left no one behind. We helped the mentally ill, the drug addicted, the working poor. I mean, we're proud of what we've done. We want to bring the country together and not divide this country anymore. That's why this was such a big victory tonight, because what it does is it says, you want to go and divide them? Okay, you came to Ohio, you threw everything you had at me, and guess what? It didn't work. Because we know that we need to unite this country and be Americans and not spend our time dividing people in this country.
Governor Kasich, congratulations. 66 delegates in Ohio. You capture them all. It's a winner-take-all state. Congratulations. We'll see you out there on the campaign trail.
Well, we'll see you tonight. I'm going to be out there to make a speech pretty soon to all the supporters and the people of Ohio. I love you. I love you. I fight for you every day.
All right, we'll have live coverage of all the speeches tonight. Governor, thanks very much. We have another major projection to report to you right now. Hillary Clinton wins Ohio. Hillary Clinton is the winner of the Ohio Democratic primary. This is another big win for Hillary Clinton. This is what she really wanted. There were fears in her camp that after Michigan she might have some problems, but she does win in Ohio. A big win for Hillary Clinton. Let's go to Brianna Keeler over at Hillary Clinton headquarters. They're cheering right now. I guess they heard our projection. You're in West Palm Beach. We're getting ready to hear from her soon as well, Brianna, but set the scene for us.
Yeah, that's right, Wolf. We expect Hillary Clinton will be here at any time now. You can see, obviously, this crowd is very thrilled that Hillary Clinton has won Florida and Ohio, and the campaign is thrilled as well. I was told by an aide that the Brooklyn headquarters erupted in hugs and chants of, I believe that we will win. Now, I'm also told by another aide that they believe, the campaign believes they're going to approach with these wins a 300 delegate lead over Bernie Sanders. We expect that will be the argument moving forward, that she will have a lead over him and that he will not be able to catch up. But still at the same time, I just spoke with Hillary Clinton's, back to you, Wolf.
All right, Brianna, stand by. We're going to take a quick break. We're waiting to hear from Hillary Clinton. We're waiting to hear from Donald Trump. Big winners tonight. Our special coverage continues right after a quick break.
Is here.
Some people have to travel for work.
Hi there! Looks like you've had a long day. Pull up a crate.
Some people get to travel for work.
Really looking forward to this spinach salad. It's got quinoa in it.
Sometimes it's the little things that make a big difference. Courtyard, make room for a little fun.
It's wireless. You like reggae?
If time is infinite, why is there never enough of it? A John Deere One Family tractor with Quick Park lets you attach and go. iMatch Quick Hitch gives you more time for what you love. So it takes less work to do more work. Auto Connect drive over mower deck? Done. They're not making any more land. But there's plenty of time if you know where to look. All John Deere compact tractors come with an industry-best 6-year no-cost powertrain warranty.
Ruthless attacks turn one man's weakness.
We had a campaign catastrophe.
Into his opponent's strength.
He looked ridiculous. Did we push it? Yes, we did.
Race for the White House at a new time, Sunday at 9 on CNN.
Do you want to lose the flab but keep the fab? Freeze unwanted fat away at Haas Plastic Surgery and Metaspa, Palm Beach County's premier provider of cool sculpting. If you can squeeze it, we can freeze it. Cool sculpting is FDA cleared, safe, and effective. With our expert technicians, you can get lasting, non-surgical fat removal quickly and conveniently.
Check 1, 2, 3. Final malt box test, final audio test to the press box. Clean. Do we have a clean feed to the malt box? Good. Clean feed to the malt box. Good. Excellent. Check 1, 2, 3. Malt box. 1, 2, 3.
Anderson Cooper 360. Tomorrow night at 8 Eastern on CNN.
You know, although we're waiting for final results in Illinois and Missouri, we know we will add to our delegate lead to roughly 300 with over 2 million more votes nationwide. We are moving closer to securing the Democratic Party nomination and winning this election in November. You know, because of all of you and our supporters across the country, our campaign has earned more votes than any other candidate, Democrat or Republican. Congratulate Senator Sanders for the vigorous campaign he's waging. Now today, all of you in the states where contests were held voted to break down the barriers that hold us all back so every one of us can share in the promise of America. You voted. You voted for our tomorrow to be better than our yesterday. Tomorrow where all of us do our part and everyone has a chance to live up to his or her God-given potential. Because that's how America can live up to its potential too. Now we need you to keep working, keep volunteering. It's registering at HillaryClinton.com. Please join the 950,000 supporters who already have contributed, most less than $100, because our campaign that this may be one of the most consequential campaigns of our lifetimes. The next president will walk into the Oval Office next January, sit down at that desk, and start making decisions that will affect the lives and the livelihoods of everyone in this country, indeed everyone on this planet. Now I know that easy decisions don't make it to the president's desk, only the hardest choices and the thorniest problems. I saw President Obama wrestle with the decision to send Navy SEALs after Osama bin Laden, the decision to rescue the auto industry, to fight for the Affordable Care Act, and so many more. And so, our next president has to be ready to face three big tests. First, can you make positive differences in people's lives? Second, can you keep us safe? Third, can you bring our country together again? Now making differences in people's lives
comes first because Americans everywhere are hungry for solutions. They want to break down the barriers holding them back so we can all rise together. Ask any parent. You'll hear nothing is more important than making sure their kids have a good school and a good teacher no matter what zip code they live in. They deserve a president who understands that when we invest in our children's education, we're investing in all of our futures. And young people across America struggling under the weight of student debt find it difficult to imagine the futures they want. And they deserve a president who will help relieve them of that burden and help future generations go to college without borrowing a dime for tuition. And you know, grandparents who worry about retirement deserves a president who will protect and then expand Social Security for those who need it most, not cut or privatize it. Families deserve a president who will fight for the things that are priorities at home, but too often aren't priorities in Washington. Affordable child care, paid family leave, and something we have waited for long enough, equal pay for equal work. And above all, hardworking Americans across our country deserve a president with both the ideas and the know-how to create good jobs with rising incomes right here in our country. And I am absolutely convinced that we have the tools to do that. That's why I've laid out a program to do what can be done. More good jobs in infrastructure, more good jobs in manufacturing. More good jobs in small businesses. More good jobs in clean, renewable energy. Good-paying jobs are the ticket to the middle class, and we're going to stand up for the American middle class again. We're going to stand up for American workers and make sure no one takes advantage of us. Not China, not Wall Street, and not overpaid corporate executives. Look, of course, every candidate makes promises like this. But every candidate owes it to you to be clear and direct about what our plans will cost and how we're going to make them work. That's the difference between running for president and being president. Protecting America's national security can never be an afterthought. Our commander-in-chief has to be able to defend our country, not embarrass it. Engage our allies, not alienate them. Defeat our adversaries, not embolden them. When we hear a candidate for president call for rounding up 12 million
I see somebody with a boom microphone pointed at my face, and I like
entering the United States.
Some of the folks who are running around. So, yes.
When he embraces torture, that doesn't make him strong, it makes him wrong. And yes, our next president has to bring our country together so we can all share in the promise of America. be small. We can't lose what made America great in the first place. And this isn't just about Donald Trump. All of us have to do our part. We can't just talk about economic inequality. We have to take on all forms of inequality and discrimination. Together, we have to defend all of our rights, civil rights and voting rights, workers' rights and women's rights, LGBT rights, and rights of people with disabilities. And that starts by standing with President Obama when he nominates a justice to the Supreme Court. Our next president will face all these challenges and more. You know, running for president is hard, but being president is harder. It is the hardest, most important job in the world, and no one person can succeed at the job without seeking and finding common ground to solve the problems we face. If we work together, we can make a real difference in people's lives. If we reach out to treat each other with respect, kindness, and even love, instead of bluster and bigotry, if we lift each other up instead of tearing each other down, there's nothing we can't accomplish together. So please join me in this campaign. Every vote counts. Every volunteer hour counts. Every contribution counts. 8 years ago, on the night of the Ohio primary, I said I was running for everyone who's ever been counted out but refused to be knocked out. For everyone who has stumbled but stood right back up. For everyone who works hard and never gives up. Well, that is still true. Our campaign is for the steel worker I met in Ohio on Sunday night, who's laid off but hoping to get back to work. It's for the mother I met in Miami, whose 5 children haven't seen their father since he was deported. She dreams of a day when deportations end and families are reunited on a path to citizenship in America. And it is for the mothers I stood with in Chicago yesterday who have lost children to gun violence. They're turning their sorrow into a strategy and their mourning into a movement. Let's stand with people who have courage, who have resilience. Let's stand with everyone who believes America's best days are ahead of us. For all of our challenges, I've never had more faith in our future. And if we work together, if we go forward in this campaign, if we win in November, I know our future will be brighter tomorrow than yesterday. Thank you all so very much.
Hillary Clinton celebrating her victories tonight. We're yet to hear from Donald Trump. We're expecting that very shortly. And also, obviously, Bernie Sanders. Obviously, very good news for Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, I think it's when you finally add up all the math this evening, I think this is going to be an almost insurmountable lead that Hillary Clinton really has over Bernie Sanders.
I think Ohio in particular was really good news for her. After Michigan, the question was how will she do in Ohio? And she's going to do, she obviously won Ohio. I think she's going to do very well there.
The majority of the voters that were white, that there were concerns based on what had happened.
Exactly. And it should be pointed out that Bernie Sanders, everybody said, well, what does all this money do for him? He outspent Hillary Clinton by more than a little in this last couple of weeks, including in Ohio, where he outspent like 60-40 on television. So he invested tremendous resources in these races, and she comes out on top in the 3 that have been decided so far. Big night for her.
Yeah, even in North Carolina, he outspent her 3-1 in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. I think it's the combination, right? I mean, Florida, general election state, did really well across the board with African-American voters, Latino voters, North Carolina, and then Ohio. A lot of Sanders voters were coming into this evening and saying, well, listen, Hillary Clinton can only win in the South. What good do those states do you in a general election? So she comes in and wins Ohio. Did very well with white women, 51% to 40%. Did very well with African-American voters as well. So I think this is a
a real win for her, a psychological win, I think, and a psychological blow in some ways to those Sanders folks. Yeah.
Big picture, I think, as we said at the outset of the evening, is that it's a defining night thus far, and it would seem headed more toward a general election between Secretary Clinton and Donald Trump. The one caveat, though, and this is something that's getting attention in the blogosphere, a Princeton neuroscientist named Sam Wong, who has a pretty good record at crunching numbers, puts forth the theory that John Kasich winning Ohio is actually good news for Donald Trump. And the thought process is that that crowded field is one where Trump excels, and the longer it's delayed, that there's the one-on-one contest between Cruz and Trump, the better it is for Donald Trump. So file that away.
I actually think that Dr. Wong happens to be an alias that Ted Cruz is
knows the Smirkanish principle that these two guys, Ted Cruz and John Kasich, are saying now, I'm the ones who should be here fighting him.
That battle.
You, right. And so this battle is just going to go on.
John Kasich is also going to be coming out to speak. We heard from him. We'll talk to him just a short time ago.
Massive back-breaking blow to the rebellion in the Democratic Party. There's just no way around it. Because where else is Bernie Sanders going to be able to find a basket of votes big enough now to catch Hillary Clinton? She blew him out in Florida. He expected that. But Ohio, people thought maybe that's the second domino. You get a second Michigan miracle, the Democratic Party. There's just no way around it. Because where else is Bernie Sanders going to be able to find a basket of votes big enough now to catch Hillary Clinton? She blew him out in Florida. He expected that. But Ohio, people thought maybe that's the second domino. You get a second Michigan miracle, and you begin to make a case, and people begin to come his way. Hillary Clinton, very, very kind to him. She blew a lot of kisses to his base tonight. College affordability, the whole.
That Trump rallies, said something to Democrats like, well, we need to pick a president here, not just send a message. And I think Democrats mostly think Hillary's a stronger general election candidate. They haven't been voting that way everywhere, especially younger people. And I wonder if their level of seriousness in the campaign on the Democratic side just...
It would be interesting to see if electability started to get higher than shares my values. John Kasich, I believe, is coming out. Let's listen in. Oh, just about to come out, I'm sorry. Got the wrong word on that. As we wait for John Kasich. Well, here he is. He continues to
6 delegates. Let's look at the delegate race to date right now. Look at that number right now. Hillary Clinton, 1,364 delegates. Bernie Sanders with 630. However, let me break this down a little bit. Look at those numbers right here. Hillary Clinton has 892 pledged delegates. Bernie Sanders has 607. If you look at the number below, 472 super delegates have pledged to support Hillary Clinton, while 23 have pledged to support Bernie Sanders. Now, I have to tell you, Jay, as we all know, those 472 folks don't have to support Hillary Clinton. They could switch their mind and they could go to Bernie Sanders if for some reason he caught fire and they decided they wanted to support him. The Sanders campaign will tell us over and over again that we shouldn't be looking at that number so closely. We should only be looking at the ones that are bound pledged delegates. But the fact of the matter is right now, Hillary Clinton has figured out that she does have those super delegates as of this time.
That's right. Thanks, Mark. And in 2008, we saw a lot of super delegates that lined up behind Secretary Clinton and Senator Clinton. Change after Obama got more momentum and more victories under his belt. So it is probably more accurate since super delegates are fickle to go with the pledged delegates, which is roughly 900 for Clinton and 600 for Sanders.
This is significantly, there's no question. We should really focus a lot on the tumult and the Republican side tonight. But Hillary Clinton has had a pretty good night. Going into tonight, maybe it was masterful spinning, but her campaign was saying, well, we're not so sure about Ohio. She won Ohio. They were more sure about Florida. She won Florida. So, of course, it's proportional and it is a delegate race, but she's doing better tonight than even her campaign, I think, even in the most candid moments.
Ohio Democrats were legitimately concerned about words until a lot of them were for Clinton and others were more neutral, but Ohio Democrats said it was definitely more a dogfight than it ended up being. And Ohio, that's a big victory for Clinton. Like you said, we anticipated she was going to win North Carolina and Florida, but Ohio was strong for her. Also, I guess we'll see what the final numbers are on the Republican races, but right now, looks like some real fights going on in some of those.
That's right. Missouri and Illinois, those are fascinating states for a number of reasons, but the most important, I think, is what's happened in the last, week or two. The anti-Trump super PAC movement, especially, they moved some new money that they got in to those states, hoping that they would be able to slow down Trump. It's always unclear whether or not we can really track a certain, tactical move or certain acts. But if it is true that Cruz moved more than that, or at least if Trump and Cruz are pretty close, perhaps those ads have a difference.
And of course, the biggest story of the night, of course, John Kasich and Ohio. Back to you.
All right, we're waiting for Donald Trump to speak. He's in his club at Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach. We're walking with John King over the Magic Wall. As we wait Donald Trump, and as I say, John, he's going to do a statement, make a speech. He's got a lot of supporters there. He's also got a news media there. He'll answer reporters' questions. A new style he has on these election nights.
His friends in the room, see if we have the Trump states and Trump wins tonight, see how it goes. Well, let's just look at the national map right now as it stands. We haven't called Missouri and North Carolina for the Republicans, but this is how Donald Trump wants to end the night. He wants to end the night saying, okay, Governor Kasich, you won at home, but I'm asking a delegate lead and a state-by-state victory lead. But we got some close ones to do. So here's how it looks right now. Let's see if it's going to hold that way. Let's go into North Carolina. 53%, a 4-point lead just shy of that for Donald Trump. You look at this, it's a close race. This is not winner take all. So no matter how it ends up, whether we get first to statewide, whether we get to bonus, then we look at the congressional district, see how it's spread out. But if it's like South Carolina, Trump has a decent margin, you can get a lot of delegates. Can Ted Cruz come back is your question at the moment. So we look at Wayne County and Raleigh. Ted Cruz is winning, but the votes almost all counted. You pop over here to Durham. In Durham County, only half of the vote counted here. Ted Cruz with a pretty healthy lead there. If that stays, it's going to guarantee it will. But if that stays, there's some votes on the board still for Ted Cruz. However, Donald Trump is winning by a healthy margin in the largest county in the state, Mecklenburg, which is the Charlotte area. Trump with a big lead there. If that trend continues, we still have 70% of the vote to come in. So if you look at the map right now, it tells you we have a close race. I would say advantage Trump. Still some votes to count, but the way it's standing so far, slight advantage for Trump. We'll see how that plays out. And again, the closeness matters because then we may have to move to congressional districts. So let's move over to Illinois on the Republican side. Not so close here. Only 30% of the vote, which is why we're being a little bit cautious here. You want to count more of the vote. The map filling in, though, is Donald Trump would like it right now. In the Chicago area, in the suburbs, Donald Trump is winning. Down here, Springfield, we don't have any votes yet from the Senate part of the state here, or the small rural areas around it. It is filling in.
and we'll finally get back to you on the same projection.
Got another major projection we're about to make right now. Listen to this. CNN projects Donald Trump is the winner of the Illinois Republican primary. This is exciting. Earlier, we projected he's the winner in Florida. All 9 years old, winner take all in Florida. Not necessarily the case in Illinois where it's proportional, but it is a big, big win for Donald Trump in Illinois. They're cheering, presumably, over there. Want to go to Jim Acosta. He's over at Trump headquarters in Palm Beach and Mar-a-Lago. We're getting ready to hear from him soon, Jim, but he really wanted to win Illinois, and we have projected he is now the winner.
Absolutely. Well, if they're watching CNN here at the Trump headquarters at Mar-a-Lago and West Palm Beach, they're very excited in here, obviously, and I think we're going to be hearing from Donald Trump shortly. I think from talking to some folks here that what Donald Trump wanted to do was wait for some more of these election results to come in. Didn't want to just come in after Florida and then Kasich winning Ohio. Now that Illinois has come in, potentially the other states coming in, quite possibly for Donald Trump that we may be hearing from him shortly. Interesting to see that Illinois is going Donald Trump's way after all of that trouble that we saw unfold in Chicago the other night. Obviously, that was not a big enough issue for Republicans in that state.
All right, we're going to stand by. We're going to hear Donald Trump momentarily. We're told he's going to walk over there to the Mar-a-Lago flood where you are in Palm Beach.
You are not going to be able to refinance. What do you make this time? How much do you make a year?
The Big Short, own it on Blu-ray today. Pet moments are beautiful, unless you have allergies. Then your eyes may see it differently. Only Flonase is approved to relieve both itchy, watery eyes and congestion. No other nasal allergy spray can say that. Complete allergy relief or incomplete? Let your eyes decide. Flonase changes everything.
So you're all set with your introductory TV deal. Here's your remote. Great. One more thing. If you want to actually watch TV, swipe. If you want to watch local channels, swipe. And your bill's going to go through the roof. Let me guess. Swipe. Actually, it's swipe, swipe, swipe. Is there anything that comes included with my offer? Betters. The remote.
Get the Dish 3-year TV price guarantee. Same price every month for 3 years. Same favorite channels. Plus get Netflix included for 1 year. Call 1-800-CALL-DISH or visit dish.com.
Actually, it's swipe, swipe, swipe. Is there anything that comes included with my offer? Betters. The remote.
Get the Dish 3-year TV price guarantee. Same price every month for 3 years. Same favorite channels.
Some people get to travel for
Really looking forward to this.
Once he starts speaking, we'll have live coverage. Donald Trump, so far we've projected he's the winner both in Florida and Illinois. Let's get a key race alert right now. In Missouri right now, one of two states still outstanding. Donald Trump is ahead with a quarter of the vote in, 43%. Ted Cruz in second place, 40.1%. Trump is ahead by 5,500 votes or so. A quarter of the vote is in. In North Carolina, 56% of the vote is in, more than half. Donald Trump is ahead of Ted Cruz, 40.2% to 36.4%. He's up by about 28,000 votes so far.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Pastor Mark Burns.
Hello, Florida. Amen. Florida, I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray. I'm going to be real brief. I promise I'm going to be brief, but I am just so excited to see the amazing night Donald J. Trump has had today. Florida, I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray. Let me be real brief. I promise I'm going to be brief, but I am just so excited to see the amazing night Donald J. Trump has had today. And I know you're excited too. But I'm going to pray. If we could just bow our heads, because I'm going to pray, because Donald Trump believes in the name of Jesus Christ, and he is so excited to make sure everybody knows the good news. Let us pray. Father God, in the name of Jesus, Lord, I thank you so much for the life of Donald Trump. I thank you, oh God, how you're protecting him, leading him, allowing the voice of the people to rise like never before, to come and raise up to a higher level beyond the GOP establishment, but to declare to the whole world, we are the United States of America. And we are thankful that you're giving him the right words to stir up the hearts of millions of Americans that are standing behind this movement that has never been seen in the political climate of this country. Lord, we're declaring right now, thank you for the victories that you have given him today, and we're expecting that he's going to continue to sweep the GOP nomination, and he's going to go on all the way to the White House to become the next president of the United States of America. In the name of Jesus Christ, if you love him, say amen. Listen, I'm Pastor Mark Burns, and I've been so blessed and privy to travel around the country to see how Donald Trump is uniting the people of this country. It saddens me how liberal media does a great job in trying to divide us. The Obama administration has done a great job in dividing us, but we are the United States of America. And I want to declare to you with a loud voice that under Donald Trump, all lives matter. And Donald Trump, He's going to unify this party. So let's rally behind the next president of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the next president of the United States, Mr. Donald J. Trump.
Thank you very much, everybody. This was an amazing evening. This was a great evening. They just announced North Carolina. I don't know if they've announced Illinois yet, but we're leading by a lot, so I think they're going to announce it. Florida was so amazing. And I want to thank our friends. Northern Marianas Islands have been so incredible, and we picked up 9 delegates this morning. I heard very early in the morning, 9 delegates, that's a lot. And I just wanted to thank the governor, Ralph Torres, great guy, Chairman Atta, who is a fantastic man, and that was a very nice start to the day, that I can tell you. Many things have been happening over the last short period of time. CNN was very nice. They came up with a poll. The poll said 49% to 14 and 15. We just had one from The Economist, just came out, 53%. And it's sort of interesting because I was watching the news a little while ago, and one of the commentators, who I'm not particularly fond of, but these are minor details, said, but Donald Trump doesn't get over 50%. Because I'm at 43, 45, actually now, according to The Economist, I'm at 53. And I have to explain to these people, they don't understand basic physics, basic mathematics, basic whatever you want to call it. When I don't get over 50, we have 4 people, right? We have 4 people. Do you understand that? So when I get 53, and this one, as an example, I had 53, and that's with 4 people. That's an amazing achievement just mathematically when you can get over 50%. So someday they're going to understand. Someday when we take it all, they'll understand, but it is really ridiculous. I want to thank my family, my boy Eric and Don. They've been working so hard. Ivanka and Jared have been amazing. Ivanka's home right now. In about 2 minutes I'll call, and she's about ready to have a baby, so I don't know. We've been thinking about that now for a little while. But Ivanka has been so helpful, and Jared has been amazing, and it's been just great. I want to thank Barron for putting up with the fact that I never see him anymore. And I want to thank Barron. I never see my Barron, and it's his birthday on Sunday, so we're very happy about that. So it's a little tough, you know, we're going away. And he goes, when are you going to come home, Daddy? When are you coming home? I said, well, in about 2.5 weeks. It's pretty tough. You're traveling all over the place. It's really amazing. Yesterday, I went up to Ohio. I went up to Youngstown. We had an incredible crowd and just amazing people in this country. We have so many great people. We will someday in the not-too-distant future, if I win, otherwise it's not going to happen, I have to be honest with you. But Apple and all of these great companies will be making their product in the United States, not in China, Vietnam, and all of... And we're not going to be losing our companies. You know, our companies are leaving our country rapidly, whether it's Carrier Air Conditioning, whether it's Ford, whether it's Eaton. I was in Cleveland, and Eaton Corp, they're leaving, and so many companies are leaving. And frankly, I'm disgusted with it, and I'm tired of seeing it, and there's no reason for it. It's just gross incompetence at the highest level. We should not allow it to happen. Pfizer, great company, pharmaceutical company, they're going to Ireland, and there's so many more. You have corporate inversions. You have people can't get their money back into the country because the politicians can't get along. They can't make a deal. Everybody agrees, Democrat and Republican. Everybody agrees the money should come back. There's $2.5 trillion outside of this country. Everybody agrees that the money should be here, and the politicians for 3 years haven't been able to make a deal. And we could make a deal. There's an example of something that you could do if I sat down with a few of the senators, a few of the congressmen. You could make a deal on that in 10 minutes if you knew what you're doing, because everybody wants to do it. And companies are actually leaving our country to get their money, not only because our taxes are too high, which we're going to lower, by the way, but companies are leaving our country in order to go and get money that's their money, because there's no way of bringing it in. So we've got a long way to go. But I think at some point it's going to get done. This has been very exciting, this whole process. We started, I was one of 17 people, senators, governors. I've had such great support. Dr. Ben Carson the other day endorsed us. And great guy, wonderful man. And Chris Christie endorsed us. That was so incredible. And today, Pam Bondi came up and endorsed us. She was great, and she is a truly wonderful woman, and the job she's done in Florida is incredible. You know, so many. We've had such incredible support. Paul Ryan called me the other day, tremendous call. I spoke with Mitch McConnell today. We had a great conversation. The fact is, we have to bring our party together. We have to bring it together. We have something happening that actually makes the Republican Party probably the biggest political story anywhere in the world. Everybody's writing about it, all over Europe, all over the world they're talking about it. Millions of people are coming in to vote. This was an example of it today. Many, many more people. I'm looking at the polling booths. I'm looking at different polling booths all around the country where it's up. And the lines are 4, 5, 6 blocks long. And one woman was in there for 40 years. She's been working the polls. And she said, we'd have 2 people here. We'd have 3 people. Now look at the line. And the line looked like it was, you know, long. It was really long. 5 deep and long. And it's just a different thing. We have a great opportunity. And the people that are voting are Democrats are coming in, independents are coming in, and very, very importantly, people that never voted before. It's an incredible thing. I want to pay my respects, by the way, to Todd Palin, Sarah's husband. Sarah was here. She was incredible. She was making a speech on my behalf, and fantastic. Everybody loves her. And what happened is he was in a very bad accident. He's tough as nails. He's going to be fine. But I just want to pay my respects, by the way, to Todd and Sarah. So our theme when we started, and Melania and I came down. Yeah, sit down, everybody, please. I mean, this is Mar-a-Lago. We give you seats. You don't have to stand. I'm looking at all these people. Corey, good job, Corey. Good job. And Hope and our whole squad, right? So when this began, Melania and I said, got to do it. And she was so supportive, and she's been so supportive. It's been amazing. And we have to do it. We came down the escalator, and it was about trade, and it was about borders. And what happened is pretty quickly after that, and we shot right up. I shot right to the top of the polls, and have been leading in the polls almost from the beginning, without fail. We went up in June. Most people said, I'll never run. He's just going to have fun. He's having a good time. This isn't necessarily, I mean, I'm having a good time. I'm having a very nice time. But you know what? I'm working very hard, and there is great anger. Believe me, there is great anger. One of the broadcasters was saying, is there anger? And I said to myself, I'm supposed to say, no, there's not. We love the way things are working. We love the deal you made with Iran. It's wonderful. You give them $150 billion. We get nothing. We love all the deals. The trade deals are wonderful. You lose $500 billion a year with China. We lose $58 billion a year in terms of imbalance. It's a total imbalance. We don't make good deals anymore. We don't win anymore. As a country, we don't win anymore. And they asked, is there anger from your people. There seem to be, and I said there is anger. They're not angry people, but they want to see the country properly run. They want to see borders. They want to see good health care. They want to see things properly taken care of. They want our military rebuilt. Our military is in a very bad state. They want it rebuilt. Very, very importantly, and they want the Second Amendment, by the way, protected and protected strongly. And that's going to happen. And you know what they want so badly? They want our veterans taken care of. Our veterans are treated so badly. So we started, and something happened called Paris. Paris happened, and Paris was a disaster. There've been many disasters, but it was Paris. And then we had a case in Los Angeles where it was in California where the 14 young people were killed, and it just goes on and on and on. And what happened with me is this whole run took on a whole new meaning. Not just borders, not just good trade deals, and we're going to make the best trade deals you've ever seen. We've got such endorsements from Carl Icahn and the smartest people in business, and these people are going to be negotiating our deals, and they're the best in the world. We have the best business people in the world. They're going to know, we're going to have such great deals. We're going to do so good with trade. We're going to do so good on the border. But it took on a whole new meaning. And the meaning was very simple. We need protection in our country, and that's going to happen. And all of a sudden, the poll numbers shot up. And I'm just very proud to be a part of this. I think we're going to go, and we're going to do a lot of trips over the next month, but I think we're going to have a great victory. And I think more importantly than anything else, we are going to start winning again. This country is going to start winning again. We don't win anymore. We don't win with our military. We can't beat ISIS. We're going to knock the hell out of them. We don't win. We don't win a trade. China, everybody. Japan, Mexico, Vietnam, India, name the country. Anybody we do business with beats us. We don't win a trade. We're going to win a trade. We're going to make our country rich again. We're going to make our country great again. And we need the rich in order to make the great, I'm sorry to tell you. So I'm going forward. We had a fantastic evening. I would have never thought this could have happened. I guess we're waiting for one result, which possibly will be very successful also. But to win the states that we won, and to win by the margins, and especially, look, this is my second home, Florida. To win by that kind of a number is incredible. It's record-setting. And I have to say it that number one, I want to congratulate Marco Rubio on having run a really tough campaign. He's tough, he's smart, and he's got a great future. He's got a great future. But I have to say, and nobody has ever in the history of politics received the kind of negative advertising that I have. Record. By the way, mostly false. I wouldn't say 100%, but about 90%. Mostly false, vicious, horrible. They say it was 18 million the first week, meaning last week, and 25 million. It added up to over $40 million. And you explain it to me because I can't. My numbers went up. I don't understand it. Nobody understands it. My numbers went up. I mean, it's been an interesting experience. Last week, Adam Scott won at Trump National Doral, won the big tournament, the World Championship of Golf. And Adam, who's a great guy, I guess a lot of you folks saw that, but I'm watching, and we have television screens all over, and we're down at this gorgeous green at Doral, and everything's working beautifully, and then a commercial comes on, the worst commercial, and I'm with these wonderful people from Cadillac and all these top executives, and I'm saying, look over there, look, don't watch it, you don't want to watch it. I'm saying, isn't the grass beautiful? Look, don't watch. And they came in waves, one after another, And it was brutal. And then Adam comes and is this handsome kid from Australia, one of the greatest golfers in the world, made an unbelievable shot on the 18th hole to win the tournament. He's a great champion. And we're giving him the award. And just before we break for a commercial, we'll be right back with our great champion from Australia, Adam Scott. And here's the commercial. And I said, no. And it was two of them. Oh, what a day that was. What a disaster. What a disaster. So again, I just want to congratulate everybody. This is a really interesting process. It's an amazing process. It's very tough, but it is by the end, if you get to the end, you can handle a lot of things, including pressure. That I can tell you, because there's nothing like it. Lies, deceit, viciousness, disgusting reporters, horrible people. Sure. Some are nice. Some are nice. Some really disgusting people back there, I have to tell you. And I just want to say we're going to go forward and we're going to win. But more importantly, we're going to win for the country. We're going to win, and we're not stopping. We're going to have great victories for our country. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.